Hi, this is Debbie from Simply Special Crafts. Several of you have asked me over time for a Valentine's kit, and I was able to get a handful of them, but the supply is very limited. So let's take a quick tour of the Valentine's kit. First, let's take a look at the kit components. You get several pieces of ribbon. You get 6 envelopes here. You get 4 larger envelopes, 2 large envelopes. You get some pre-scored Adorable Scorable backing cards. You get these pieces, these foiled topper sheets, and I'll show you what I've done with those. You get these layering sheets. You get these pretty pieces of artwork. This kind of is reminiscent to me of kind of a Roaring 20s sort of thing down here. And then some frilly anniversary toppers up there. You get these art sheets that have a number of smaller little elements and then some border pieces pre-scored. Get some big words. You get these interesting pieces. We'll take a look at those in a minute. Here's some more toppers. This is not a huge kit, but it does include a lot of pieces. Here's a bunch of little envelopes. It's kind of hard to see what these are, but you'll be able to see them on my cards. It comes with 9 little envelopes and 4 border strips in vellum. A large piece of hearts and dots. I guess it's hearts, large hearts and smaller hearts, vellum. Lacing cards. More lacing cards. More lacing cards, and a final style of lacing cards. Let's take a look at what we've done with some of these. First, we'll take a look at the lacing cards. With the lacing cards, you use a piece of that ribbon and lace in and out around this piece, and then you'll foam tape that to its backing piece. Also on the sheet is an easel to make that card stand up. So you just fold along there and then it'll stand up nicely. And then you can choose to layer these or not layer them, but the artwork matches the cards. And all I've chosen to do on this one is just add a few little rhinestones to just kind of add an extra bit of sparkle. The rhinestones are not included, but they're very affordably priced in our store if you would like to add some of those. Here's one that this topper actually says on your wedding day, and it's got the cute little bride's crown and the groom's top hat with a pretty chandelier and roses. And again, we've got the matching backing and the easel on the back. Here's one with 2 little lovebirds and the keys. I think that's so pretty. And you can pop these if you wanted to. These are actually die cut to pop these little hearts out if you wanted to. So if you wanted to back those with a different color paper behind it, you could. And the same with this one. This one, I made a wedding congratulations card out of it. But again, it's got those little die cut hearts. You could pop a coordinating color of paper behind there if you chose to do so. And the easel back. So those were fairly self-explanatory, and I thought those were fairly easy to put together. Now I gotta say, these next 2 styles of cards really stymied me. I worked and worked to try and figure out how these went together, and as is so customary with Hunkydory, often they just don't include instructions. So this is how I finally put this one together. You get 2 of these cards and you can create an aperture scene with a 3D build-up behind it. Used a little greeting here. And when I put them together, I put the matching pattern behind my cards. So even from an angle you see the coordinating pattern. And I glued the tabs together for the 2 sheets. And what that allows is it allows that card to stand up. Second card is constructed exactly the same way, foam tape between the layers, and put that on my backing sheet. And then I folded along the score lines on both the front and the back sheets, taped them together with some nice heavy tape, and I said Valentine Be Mine on this one, and they stand up nicely. The next one I've actually put together differently than I saw on the Hunkydory site. It was clear that this one was intended to be an aperture card, and we have these green pieces coming up the side, and you can't really see them from what I've done here, but it actually, down inside there, is kind of a leaf shape. So they intended, they believe, for this to be facing the opposite direction, and this piece, this build-up, to be on the back of the card with the green stands holding the top piece up, and the leaves to come out on the inside. To me, I just didn't like the way it looked. So what I chose to do instead was to bring my supports up, and I actually put my aperture right at the top, and I just like the way that looked. Now it will still stand up because of the way I've constructed it, but I don't have the leaves kind of sticking out from under here into my flowers, and I like the way mine turned out. And you get two of these. You can construct them either way, either let the leaves show through, and there are some leaf pieces included in the kit, so you can take a leaf out over the edge, or you can do it like I've done it, and you can use those green supports just to hold the card face up in place and create something that will be self-standing. Now, I really enjoyed working on these. I didn't expect to tell you the truth. I saw all those little elements and those big words, and I thought, what in the world am I supposed to do with that? But I really enjoyed working on these, and they turned out just so cute. So in this case, I used those card blanks that they supplied and the little vellum envelopes, and I used little vellum envelopes, and I put Valentine in this one, so this becomes Please Be My Valentine. I used one of their little flowers as the dot in my eye and put a rhinestone on it, and then just added a few more little elements just to give the card a completed look, but I love the way it turned out. All of my on that tag, and love. Again, I used one of their tiny flowers and a rhinestone, 2 hearts, kind of stacked those and added a rhinestone to the center, and I like the way that one turned out. For somebody special on Valentine's Day with the big word heart, and because this wasn't specifically a love-based card, this is where I used the little Valentine's gift, the cupcake, and some butterflies. And I love the way it turned out. And finally, here's another one of those little vellum envelopes all folded up with a card showing through it that says Be Mine and Valentine. I used one of the border strips across this card to just kind of give it some added layering and dimension. My little wine glasses, double hearts, and some flowers, and I really like the way this turned out. They give you so many of those little art pieces that I had tons of things left over to use on other cards. So those were fun to do. And then I still had quite a few art images left, and I actually still have a number of them. And this is one of the cards that I created using one of the leftover art images. In this case, I covered my heart swing card from hot off the press with lighter weight paper. And I strongly recommend using lightweight paper as opposed to cardstock when you make these swing cards. It's so much easier to cover the card in lightweight paper. But I used this paper. This is out of the Frau kit by Hunkydory. And that is all lighter weight double-sided papers. I used some jewel bling, some little flowers, all of which are available in our store. This is actually one of my white flowers that I've colored using chalk. You'll find these and all these little white flowers in the custom colors tab under collections, and those are everything in custom colors is things that you can change the color to suit your project. Some more of our jeweled bling, and these jeweled bling pieces are available as jeweled bling in our store. We have a whole category for them. And here's the little topper piece that was left over from my kit. And this happens to be the opposite side of that frau paper here, with some, oops, I got a little piece of my border that is kind of moving. I'll have to fix that. But these little border pieces are the glitter jewel borders from Hot Off the Press. But didn't that turn out really cute? The Best Wishes is also from Hot Off the Press. And that's just an example of one thing you can do with some of those leftover pieces. The smaller images are working really well on these shutter cards and swing cards from Hot Off the Press. So this has been the Valentine's kit from Hunkydory. You can find this and lots of other wonderful supplies at www.simplyspecialcrafts.com. I'm Debbie, and we'll see you next time.